everyone. Welcome. You're watching Business Today Television. I'm Sakshi Batra, and this one is going to be a very, very special conversation. All that glitters is gold is something that you've been hearing time and again for the last couple of days, especially as gold hit a historic high, $3,500 an ounce, and also 1 lakh mark in India. And for the one person who has always believed in gold and is the biggest voice on gold, the commodity guru, Jim Rogers, is now joining in on the program with us. He's the founder of Rogers International Commodity Index, and he's joining in to decode for us what have been the key reasons behind the historic run on gold and what do we expect from here on, what is going to be the trajectory going forward on gold. Warm welcome to you, Mr. Rogers. Always a pleasure to be speaking to you, and now is the time that we are going to be really looking forward to your understanding of where does gold really go from here. Thank you so much for joining in.
Well, I'm always a fan. I'm flattered to even be here. I am your fan, I am India's fan, and I certainly own some gold and silver.
Absolutely. Mr. Rogers, I want to understand, had you already anticipated this move on gold, $3,500 an ounce, or has it come in earlier than your expectation?
Well, I actually bought some silver last couple of weeks ago and gold. So I don't know if I expected it, but the problem is I've been buying gold for many years and silver
Yes.
for many years. So I guess
Yes.
I've always anticipated it.
Absolutely, and you seem to be extremely happy. I want to know, do you remember what was the first price at which you bought gold, and do you still own that first purchase of gold?
I still own that first gold. I bought gold in 1971. It was illegal for Americans to own gold at that time, but I went to Canada and bought it and still own it. I've never
That's
sold
wonderful.
any of my gold, never sold any of my silver.
That's wonderful to know. So, I think all the investors would want to know. Everybody is asking, what should one strategy be? Should one buy more gold at these absolute historic peaks, or should one sell gold at these historic peaks? What would you advise?
Well, I will tell you what I'm doing. I will not give you advice. Everybody has to decide themselves. But if gold goes down, I will buy more. I bought more silver recently, and I will certainly buy more of both if they go down. I
If they
don't
go
plan
down.
to, I don't plan to ever sell my gold or silver. Gold and silver for me are not just an investment, they're an insurance policy. And if the world comes to an end, I hope my gold and my silver will save me.
Absolutely. So, what's your prediction now? What's next? Where are gold prices and silver prices headed? Do you think far more higher prices can still come in on the back of the 30% surge that we've already seen on gold this year in just the first 3.5 months of trade? What's your year-end prediction?
Well, I'm not much of a short-term trader, so I don't know. But I will say to you again, I don't plan to ever sell my gold. I
Yes.
don't plan to ever sell my silver because I know that prices are going to go much higher in my lifetime and in my children's lifetime. My gold and my silver is for my children.
Wonderful. We have actually seen this trend usually on gold that every 5 years we have seen gold prices double. Do you think something like that can happen over the next 5 years? I mean, we are standing at $3,500 an ounce. Do you think we could see a $7,000 an ounce in the next 5 years or maybe earlier?
Can it happen? Of course it can happen. Anything can happen. Look out the window. This is a it's perilous times in which we live, both monetarily, politically, military, every way. Everything can go very wrong, and it probably will. So don't sell your gold, don't sell your silver.
Okay. Mr. Rogers, what do you see and pinpoint as the key reasons behind this historic move? Does it have to do, a large part of it has to do with Trump's tariff talk? And what do you think will be the impact of these tariffs on the global world economic order?
Well, it always has something to do with the politicians in the U.S. and other major countries, and they always will. I don't think Mr. Trump knows what he's doing when it comes to tariffs and other things, but he thinks he knows what he's doing. I don't plan to sell my gold. I plan to buy more, and I plan to buy more silver.
And you'll
especially
be,
silver.
yeah, and you'll be comfortable to buy at these current levels, both gold and silver.
Well, silver more than gold. Silver's down from its all-time high. Gold is making all-time highs. I had rather buy silver today than gold, but I will buy both in the future.
Absolutely. Do you anticipate any kind of a cool off in gold prices from where they are right now? Will there be an opportunity for people to invest in gold at slightly lower levels than where they are at currently?
Well, I'm a very bad short-term trader, so you should not ask me. But yes, I suspect there will be a chance to buy gold lower in the next month or two. And if it happens, I hope I'm smart enough to buy more.
Okay. And I also wanted to just get a understanding from you. You've always been a bargain hunter. You've always looked at things which are cheaper. Right now, you pointed out that silver is looking cheaper at this point. It's cooled off from its highs, and therefore you're looking at buying that. Apart from gold and silver, what else are you buying which is cooling off? Do you think dollar is something that you're buying? It's cooled off from 114 levels.
No, I don't see many things that are cheap that are cooling off right now. I am looking. If you know something, please send me an email. Don't announce it on TV. Yes, I would like to find something. Silver right now, it would probably be the closest thing I know that's cheap. But if gold goes down, I will buy more gold. Yes.
What about dollar?
No, I'm not. I own a lot of US dollars, a huge amount of US dollars, and I own US dollars because I expect difficult times to come.
Yeah.
And when things are bad, people look for a safe haven, and many people think the US dollar is a safe haven. So I own a lot of US dollars. Most of my cash is in US dollars these days because people think it is safe and they will buy it if things get bad.
But what is the anticipation there? Do you really expect the New World Order to be hinting at some kind of a US recession? There is a lot of talk about it. Do you think that's possible?
I know it's possible. I know it's probably going to happen. It's been the longest in American history when we have not had a recession or an economic problem. So I know it's coming, and I know it's coming soon.
It's coming soon. A recession is coming soon. What would that mean for emerging markets like India, sir?
Well, when there's a recession in the big countries, people are nervous, and they usually do not invest in smaller economies or newer economies. They try to stay with the things they know, and they know America, they know Europe. They will try to stay with things they know. I don't know if that's the right product, but that's what people do when things start going bad.
You, in the beginning of our chat, you did say that you are a fan of India. I want to understand, would Indian markets appeal to you at where they are?
Well, I will tell you, for many years, I mean, I've been investing in India for many years, but now, in my view, in my judgment, something has happened in Delhi, and people in Delhi know that prosperity is good, success is good, and they should encourage Indians and everybody to be successful and to make money. This is different from what India was 30 or 40 years ago. I don't know if you remember Nehru and Gandhi and all of those people. They talked about success, but they didn't really like people to be rich. Now, something has happened in Delhi, and Indians know that prosperity is good and success is good. And that's very exciting for me.
Okay. Apart from gold and silver, what else appeals to you, sir, in the commodity world?
Well, there's very little. I look at to see what's cheap and what's down. I don't see many things. Yes, silver's down. Silver's down from its all-time high, but most commodities are not really cheap. I guess if I had to give one word, I would say silver, but be careful.
But at this point in time, in the historic run-up of gold, why do you think silver has actually corrected a little bit? Is it only giving you an opportunity to enter? Do you think the future is brighter for silver?
I, yes, in my view, the future is brighter for silver. Silver is still down nearly 40 or 50% from its all-time high. Gold is making all-time highs. These things happen in the markets. They have happened for centuries. for whatever reason, if I were buying something today, I would buy silver, not gold.
Okay, you will buy silver and not gold at these prices. At what price would you really look to buy gold if it gives you that opportunity, if it cools off a bit from where they are? What level would you really go in?
Well, I have to go to the Indian market. I learned a lot from the women in India. That's where I first started learning a lot about gold and silver. If you go to an Indian market, oh my gosh, the Indian women have so much gold, so
Yes.
much silver. They know everything about gold and silver. You should go to the market and ask the Indian women.
Absolutely. You know, a lot of people are realizing this since yesterday. We've been hearing top industrialists, fund managers talk about how the Indian housewives have superseded all fund managers in the world by holding a whole lot of gold. And that's what even you believe. You know, for the Indian housewives and for the Indian women, would you continue to advise them to keep on buying gold even at these current levels, and physical gold, that is?
I would urge them to continue to buy silver and gold, not gold at these prices. If gold goes down 10% or something, buy more gold.
Okay, a 10% correction will actually give you a great opportunity to enter into gold. At these current prices, Mr. Jim Rogers is investing in silver at this point in time. I also wanted to get a sense from you. The world is changing, the world is becoming more digital. What do you have to say about digital forms of investing in gold? People also talk about gold ETFs. Do you think physical silver will always be a better option, or do you think one can explore ETFs as an opportunity?
Well, I prefer physical gold and physical silver. I sometimes buy ETFs, but I prefer the real thing. You know, if there's a problem and you go to the shop with an ETF, the shopkeeper doesn't know. If you go to the shop with a gold coin, he knows. So I prefer the physical gold and silver.
You prefer physical gold and silver. Okay, I'm coming back to the tariff question, and I'm coming back to the World Economic Order question as well again. Why I'm asking this is the recent statements by President Donald Trump have somehow given us a hint that probably he's not going to be as harsh as earlier in his tariff talk, even with China, where they put 245% kind of tariff. So he did say it's not going to come down to zero. It's going to be significant, but not as high. Do you think some kind of a cool off on the tariff?
You remember Margaret Thatcher? We knew how she would think. But with Mr. Trump, he doesn't know how he thinks. He changes his mind every hour. So it's a little more complicated with him. I do think that he will put tariffs on because he thinks they're good. History shows they're not good, but he thinks they're good. So he doesn't pay attention to history.
Absolutely. So, Mr. Rogers, help us understand, especially when it comes to a well-diversified portfolio. We've always heard analysts talk about that, okay, 10%, 15% goes to gold and silver. Do you think that has to change with the new world order? Do you think higher allocation to gold and silver needs to be made?
Well, yes, but I don't you sit with rules like that, but I do think that a higher allocation of gold and silver now, because look out the window. The world is getting more complicated. The world is getting more dangerous. There's a lot more money printing. There will be a lot more inflation. So everyone needs to protect themselves. And gold and silver have always helped protect people. You remember Jesus Christ? Jesus Christ was sold for 30 pieces of silver. He was sold for silver because silver was very valuable even in his time. And it always been, silver and gold have always been valuable and useful to the world.
If I have to ask you between gold and silver, what is the kind of return that you expect on silver over the next 5 years vis-a-vis a return on gold over the next 5 years amidst all this uncertainty?
I expect silver to be better because silver's down a lot. Gold is making all-time highs. Silver is down nearly 50% from its all-time high. I would buy gold. I would buy silver today instead of gold. I own both. I hope I buy more in my life, but I would buy silver if I were buying this week.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Mr. Rogers. It's been a pleasure, as is always, to seek all your insights on gold and silver. Right now, silver is the call, but if a 10% correction on gold comes, you will again go for gold. And the key point is, do not sell your gold or silver, as you have never sold it and you're going to be keeping it for your lifetime. Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure.
And you should go down to the market and buy some more silver and gold soon. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. Thank you. It's been a wonderful chat, and we will get you very soon when we see more levels to be talking about gold and silver going forward. Thank you so much for being with us. Well, with that, viewers, we wrap up this special conversation. Jim Rogers, the biggest voice on commodities, on gold and silver, clear thought there that he owns both gold and silver. He's never sold his gold and silver. Even at the current levels, he's reluctant to sell any of his gold and silver. Instead, he's looking for more opportunities to buy. At this point in time, this week, he's buying more silver because silver has corrected about the 40% from its all-time highs, but gold is making all-time highs. He also believes there could be an opportunity of about 10% kind of a correction. When that happens, he will be buying more gold. I hope that gives you enough and more clarity as to how top investors of gold and silver in the world are actually looking at the precious metals right now. Stay tuned. Market coverage continues. I'll be back at 3 p.m. to talk about the closing action on D Street.